videos for almost 2,500 episodes. Just no. Fuck, how long would that even take?
I don't know. But Jable certainly isn't paying attention.
Yeah, I am paying attention. You don't have the camera thing up for me to see when you transition.
What the fuck? Oh, I did turn it on. And then fucking trying to figure out my audio. Motherfucker!
Okay,
yeah,
so...
I tried to let you know about that.
I had to know.
The issue is I did turn on the thing, and then had to restart Discord, and didn't think to turn it back on.
Oh, yeah.
We'll do it live! Fuck it! Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
So... I was curious.
About what?
So... For us to reach episode 2424, officially, assuming we do 52 episodes each year, so an episode every week, it'd take us just shy of 42 years.
Yeah, YTK saying 25 eps would be 48 years.
Yeah. Because we're at 244 right now. And we're not going to make 300 until next year.
Well, let's think about it. Like, Ari Shafir's been doing his podcast for 7 or 8 years, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, if we somehow last 40 years, I'm pretty sure that we'll just be in the old folks' homes doing this.
Why not?
Maybe just me.
It's just... Hey, Cats gives Biddy. Thanks, Cats.
I mean, I'm more than likely going to be homeless on a street corner in 40 years, but...
We're not the generic saints of Discord Y2K.
Yeah, it would
we'll
be the geriatric.
Rimshee, you gotta turn on the camera. What?
Let's hope I'm mentally still there, otherwise we'd be relying on Jables to do stuff, and
you know I'm not gonna mentally be there. I will have done way too many drugs by then.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm probably, if I manage to live that long, I'll probably be the only one whose mind is still intact.
I play a lot of puzzle games. I'm pretty sure that's the only thing that keeps me relatively...
You know, I've told my friends multiple times, it's like, when my memory starts to go, y'all are fucked, because none of you can remember anything.
No, Rimshee, that's what we
Love
do.
you,
We hire
kids.
your kid as our producer.
Well, he's got to be at least 15 before I'm okay with that.
Yeah. That's fair.
Maybe as low as 12, it depends on his maturity. But
Okay.
he's going to be my son, so it'll probably be 25.
Well, bye, cats.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think you also have to take into account things that he ends up getting exposed to through friends and stuff like that.
Like I said, 25. Yeah, he'll have no friends.
Yeah, Luke. There's a comedian, Luis J. Gomez. His kid is 10 right now. And he does a lot of very vulgar comedy. Says a lot of inappropriate things, so to say.
No, Y2K, I don't forget what this show is like.
I'm pretty sure he doesn't want...
I would not introduce my younger brother to this show, and I think he is 24.
Yeah.
Or will be 24. He'll be 25 this year? Something like that.
Yeah, I've
And I would never bring him on this show.
yeah.
That has other reasons behind it, but still.
Yeah, I'm never getting my younger brother involved with this shit.
My niece and nephew are 16 and 14. I mean, if they find the show, they find the show. Whatever.
I mean, yeah, that's fine. They're not invited. though.
My youngest niece, though, don't want to listen to the show. She's 2 years still.
Yeah. If any of Jabel's younger relatives are watching right now, you're not invited. We're not bringing you on.
My family doesn't look for me, which is nice.
Yeah, they know I'm involved in like some online spaces and stuff, but that's about as far as I would go into.
Yeah. Like, members of my family know that I have this show and that I do it on a weekly basis, but none of them watch it. I'm fine with that.
Well, there are members of my family who think I'm a member of Kiwi Farms and
Oh yeah, that
and Goose Step Around and all that stuff.
yeah, that deep web website, Kiwi Farms.
Yeah. They think that I'm part of the deep web or whatever the fuck that shit's called.
My mom
the
thought
dark
that for-
web.
Yeah, my mom was like, "How deep have you gone online?" Pretty deep, Mom. But all right, have you heard about
not
this
as deep
QAnon
as I
thing?
have
Shut the
in
fuck
the
up, Mom.
Not as deep as I have in the bedroom, but yeah, pretty deep.
I can't go that deep in the bedroom, so I gotta go deep somewhere.
And we all have our handicaps.
And,
Look, she asked me to give her all 6 inches, so I mean, it took 6 times, but
yeah, it's yeah.
I had to charter a mini submarine in order to go as deep as she wanted me to go.
It's-
Just hearing the little radar pings.
What's that on the radar? That must be the clit. Are you sure?
Analyze. Enhance.
Oh man, have you guys ever seen? I forget what it's called, but that '80s movie where they have they hop into the submarine and they shrink the guy down to a really small size. And
Inner
it's
space.
just- Inner Space, yes.
I was gonna say Magic School Bus, but all right.
Inner space is fucking awesome.
It is so absurd.
It,
Well,
it was
what
like
is it?
it was
Now I'm
like Dennis
curious.
Quaid in that movie, wasn't it?
Something like that.
Like inner as an inside.
Yeah, he's inside a dude. Yeah, 1987, Inner Space. Dennis Quaid, Martin Short, Meg Ryan. It's a Joe Dante film.
It's an early gay pride film. Because it's a dude inside a dude.
Much like Nightmare on Elm Street 2.
Yeah, like there's like all kinds of like we should watch that movie because like I remember at one time Dennis Quaid, who's the guy who's like in the little like tiny submarine thing that's in the dude's body. He has Martin Short's character like drink some whiskey so that he can collect some in his little sub.
Yeah. Nice.
Meg
He's good.
Ryan was the love interest. That's right.
Also, Y2K, a 12-year-old would fit right in. There's a difference between like a 12-year-old being in the audience and us purposefully exposing a 12-year-old to the show.
By the way, if there are any
Especially-
12-year-olds, you probably best you're not here, but we're not going to stop you.
Well, we just
'Cause
taught him how to
we
find
have
the
no
clit.
idea.
It's radar. It's useful information.
Does Skull know how to find the clit?
Yeah, we just said it. It's radar.
But he just showed up.
Oh, that's fair. So, Skull, what you're gonna want to do. Have you ever played Assassin's Creed?
Oh no!
You know the part
This
where
could be
you
a hole.
jump off the building and go into the haystack? Well,
Don't do that.
finding the clit would be like doing that in real life without dying.
I was gonna make a joke about the point on the hood, but you know.
Yeah, well, finding it is exactly like how I said. It could still be the point on the top of the building.
Yeah. Skull. Trying to find the clit isn't gonna put you on a list. It's just medical knowledge.
Hmm?
Yeah, it's how you pass your EMT. I actually want to get my EMT. Not because I want to get paid to use it, so it'd probably be a basic EMT or something like that. But that way I could actually have shit ready to go on the job site if people fucking do stupid shit and lose fingers
Yeah.
and whatnot.
Get electrocuted, get stabbed.
Well, if you get electrocuted, there's nothing I can do for you. Because being electrocuted means that you died.
Wait, is there a difference? I think we've had this argument before.
Being hit with electricity and surviving is
Yeah.
being shocked.
Okay.
Being
In case-
electrocuted.
yeah, is death. Yeah, the comment. Yeah. Yeah, we talked about that like a year ago. How do I remember? I don't even remember what we did last week or the week before. Hmm.
How
Anyways,
do you
everybody,
remember anything?
Wait, what are we talking about?
I play a lot of Sudoku.
Oh, yeah, I never fucking bothered with Sudoku.
You know, it's kind of nice to pass the time.
I mean, so solitaire.
Yeah.
Played a lot of solitaire a little while back. I actually downloaded Mahjong as well, just to give me something to do.
I never got into Mahjong. Could never really figure it out.
I mean, it's
I'd
just
have to have-
clicking. It's just clicking tiles that match.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, and like when it gets more complicated, you do have to pay a bit more attention to how the tiles are laid out, so you don't put yourself in a position where you don't have any moves left. But
Okay, so hold on, Rimshee, correct me if I'm wrong. But electrocution is a lot like execution. It means you were killed by electricity.
There is some gray area when
Yeah.
you're revived. Because technically you were electrocuted, but someone saved your fucking ass with some quick medical shit. But
That's fair. That's fine. But like we're talking base level here.
yeah, base level. If your heart stops and you're not getting back up without some serious medical intervention.
Yeah.
yeah,
So Skull. Is being electrocuted just as bad as being hit by lightning? Maybe. It really depends. Did you die?
yeah, you know, like
A lightning strike may or may not kill you. People who have been hit by a lightning strike have survived, but they have also died. Also, that is technically I think that's just exceedingly high voltage, very low amps.
well, yeah, because that's that's a mistake a lot of people make. Is that when it comes to electricity, voltage isn't what kills you.
Not necessarily. It can be if there's enough of it.
Yeah, but in most
But
cases where you're
generally,
going
yeah.
to be exposed to life-threatening jolts, it's not the voltage that matters.
A single amp can kill you.
It's
What?
like
Have you
that's why
seen the scars?
people can survive being hit by lightning and yet die by fucking around with a light socket.
Have you
You
seen
want to
the,
know what's considered safe when it comes to amps?
0?
0.05 volts. Or no, I think it's 0.05 millivolts. So that's like 5 less than 5/100ths of a volt, less than 100th of a volt, something like that.
As Y2K and W in the chat said, less than an amp can kill a horse.
Yeah.
Yeah,
GFCI's trip at oh fuck, what was it? You know what? And now I'm gonna have to double check this.
And less than 10 inches from a horse can kill
You're an
a man.
electrician, Rimshee. You should know this.
Well, I don't have to think about at what volt.
I know.
That's why he wants to get the EMT license, so he can have this knowledge too.
No, actually they do teach us this, but they teach us this shit in first year and then never reinforce it.
Yeah.
Well, no, Skull, because lightning is more likely to hit objects that are higher off the ground.
Sorry, 5 milliamps. It's
Alright.
5 milliamps that'll kill you, not 0.05. It's
Skull-
0.005 amps that'll kill you. But yeah, 5 amps is what your average GFCI will trip at, because if I remember right, it's 0.7 is where you start feeling it.
So, Skull, couple things. The word is supposed, which is SUPPOSED. This motherfucker went to college. And
I've
no,
seen
you
more
should-
and more recently that a college degree doesn't mean a fucking thing anymore.
Yup.
Also, Skull, you should not stand under a tree during a lightning
Yeah,
storm.
that's a bad idea, believe it or not.
Yeah.
And it's not about the lightning hitting you, it's about lightning hitting the tree, catching fire, and then dropping a fiery branch on you. And then you're dead.
Or just a branch dropping on you in general. Also, the fact,
Alright.
like, even if you don't get directly hit, you don't want to be at the epicenter of a lightning strike.
Yeah.
Because, lightning is extremely, extremely hot. To the point that it causes the surrounding air to rapidly heat and then explode. That's where thunder comes from, by the way.
So at 1 amp, the rhythmic pumping action of the heart will cease, and muscular contraction and nerve damage occurs. Death is likely. At 1 amp.
Yeah,
At
Skull,
50 to 150 milliamps, death is possible.
Skull, your best bet, wrap yourself in rubber. But going into your car and staying perfectly still and not touching anything metal in the car also works if you're out in
Well,
the,
you don't
like, the middle of
necessarily have
nowhere.
to be perfectly still. Just make sure you're not touching anything metal. Make sure you're insulated.
Well,
Yeah, but
Yeah, as long as you're in the car-
I'm saying stay still so that you don't touch anything
Yeah.
metal.
as long as you're
That's right.
inside your car, it's like, your car is grounded. If
Yeah,
the
in all
lightning
honesty,
hits the car,
you-
it's going to go directly into the car through the wheels into the ground.
It'll puncture those wheels. You'll get a flat as a result, and your rim will be sitting on the fucking ground. Even if you touch
But-
something metal, you'll probably be safe. It's just the safest thing to do is not touch it.
If you want to see something interesting, Skull,
But I'd
Look
rather
at-
puncture tires than being just standing in a field and then
Yeah.
hit by lightning.
yeah, that's the thing. It's like, if you're out in the middle of a field during a lightning storm, lay down. Because you're the tallest thing in that particular patch of ground. so you're more likely to get hit.
Yeah.
Yeah, standing by a tree is a bad idea because it's gonna attract the lightning, and then it's gonna send it through the ground, and it's still gonna hit you. Being
Yeah,
too far away from a tree is making you the tallest thing in that area.
I said, if you're in the middle of a flat terrain, like a flat field in a lightning storm, lay down.
Yeah.
Just lay down.
You're still
Yeah.
going to be the tallest thing in the area, but you're not going to be taller by enough that a lightning strike is going to meaningfully pick you over another spot on the
It
ground.
decreases your chances.
Yeah.
I should have been struck by lightning. I used to go running out in fields in the middle of lightning storms all the time, like an idiot.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what?
Just-
I ran.
just
We,
to get a
we had
good
a
view of it.
baseball game, or we had baseball practice once when I was in middle school, I think, and a random freak storm rolled in with lightning strikes all around, and we're dumbass teenagers at the time. A couple
Playing
of us
around with your
ran out
aluminum
into the
bats?
middle of the field with metal bats in the air.
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Yep. For a bit of curious, trivia regarding lightning and being hit by lightning, the man who had the record for being struck by lightning the most times was a park ranger by the name of Roy Sullivan.
Shout out to Roy.
He got struck by lightning 7 times over the course of being a ranger,
Yeah.
and ended up committing suicide because of an unrequited love interest.
I think the gods were trying to tell him something.
Yeah.
No! God. Let it go!
I mean, if I got struck
Leave
by
her,
lightning,
leave her alone.
if I got struck by lightning 7 times, I might think I was a fucking Highlander or something.
Fuck yeah, dude.
It's like, motherfucker, do you know how many quickenings I've been through? I am immortal!
Have you ever seen the scars that people get from being struck by lightning?
Oh yeah, they can be fucking gnarly.
Yeah, but it looks super cool.
But a thing I was going to say earlier, if you want to see something interesting, Skull, look up lightning strikes on beaches.
Oh, yeah.
the instant glass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, don't they think that's where the myths of like blades forged by the gods came from, was because they were just making blades out of the instant glass?
Possibly.
Yeah.
But yeah, Skull, if you're in the middle of a field during a lightning storm, and you can't get to shelter, just lay down and wait until it's over.
Better yet,
It's-
bury yourself.
It's better than risking getting hit.
Yeah.
Like I said, like the lightning is so hot and it causes the air around it to explode, as I said before. Like when it comes in contact with the sand, it basically just causes the sand to like shoot up into the air and like almost instantaneously turn into a form of glass. So you get like these weird fucking formations that'll form on beaches.
Mhm.
Lightning hitting a tree.
That's why you don't stand under a tree.
Look at that shit.
You can see the trunk of the tree exploding outward.
Yeah.
It's like that. It's like the fucking death ray from Independence Day. Pew, boom.
Yeah. Essentially.
Yeah, when I
It was
first
like-
saw that, I thought that was an explosion of some sort.
And that's the other thing. It's like people are like, "Holy shit! Why? Like, why the tree blew up? Because trees have water in them."
Water
Yeah, that's
vaporizes in
why.
that sort of heat.
That's why. Sometimes if you get a really low temperature cold snap, before like winter fully hits, you'll have trees explode.
Yep. Their fucking bark just can't contain the pressure and poop.
Yep. Has to get real cold real fast for that to happen, but
But
it
yeah, it's
happens.
like, as this picture shows, like a lightning strike can blow a tree apart.
Yeah. Happens all the time.
So even if you don't get directly hit by the light, you don't want to be standing next to the tree when it blows up.
Yeah, I legit thought this was some sort of conventional explosive going up when I first saw the image. It took me a moment to
And
realize that was a fucking
then you look up towards the top of the image, just like, oh, that's what that is.
Yeah.
Specifically looking for lightning strikes. Why is there a bunker buster going off in one of these?
Yeah. Skull, that is a good question, because I don't think do electric eels actually put out electricity?
Yes, they do.
Yes.
And they can
Okay.
kill you. Yeah,
But
like,
they're using
because
special cells.
electric eels can, in fact, generate a current, which is why they end up killing shit.
Yeah. True things are true.
Yeah.
Obviously, like, since they are the one generating the current, like, they're the thing that's, like, basically completing the circuit, they're unaffected by it.
They're not completing the circuit. They're
Well,
creating
that's not what I meant to say.
They're creating the two poles of the current. I don't know if it's DC or AC either, because DC is actually more dangerous.
Oh, yeah.
DC is so much more dangerous. Like, and
And
this is fucked up.
extremely inefficient by comparison.
This is fucked up, but Edison used to use AC in demonstrations. He would use AC to kill animals to prove that it's dangerous, but in reality,
Yeah, he electrocuted an elephant to death just to discredit Tesla.
yeah. But in reality, the DC is so much worse, and because of how DC has to be a consistent flow in a single direction, it became so inefficient to cause it to travel over distance. Whereas AC, because of how it works, actually it's why you see so many lines just up in the air as opposed to every block a new generator.
Yeah,
So-
like, if you go back and, like, look at old pictures of, like, power poles, is like, just the sheer number of lines and the spacing between the poles is ridiculous. And for anyone who's wondering what these things stand for, I have obviously they're acronyms, but respectively they are direct current and alternating current.
Yeah.
Also,
AC/DC took their name from this, obviously. Now
That's
you
why
know.
they've got a bolt of electricity in the middle
So-
of their name.
So electric eels getting hit with electricity, believe it or not a lot of scientific studies done on this.
That does not surprise me, considering electric eels are a waterborne creature, and electricity hitting water generally disperses very differently than electricity hitting a creature.
Hey,
Yeah.
Dina subscribed
Hey,
to Tier
Dina!
1. Subscribed for 32 months. Thanks, Dina. She's at work.
Yeah, like, for example, like, if you're in the ocean and, like, lightning and shit is happening, like, unless you're, like, directly at the epicenter of a strike coming down, you're fine. Nothing is going to happen to you. Your biggest concern is going to be drowning.
Yeah.
I mean, you could get that. I wouldn't say nothing is going to happen to you, but you should be able to recover.
Like I said, unless you're directly at where a bolt strikes, if you're in the ocean or like in a lake or something.
Yeah, but there is a possibility that you're close enough where it still causes some tingling and some muscle spasms or something like that. But
Also, if you're in the
Not
middle
bad.
of the lake, you're most likely the tallest thing there, so
Like I said, you know, like
you're likely
your biggest
to be the epicenter.
your biggest concern if you're in a storm and you're in the middle of a lake or the ocean, your biggest concern is drowning.
yeah.
Because storms cause waves, and waves are bad. Yeah,
Don't-
water
don't-
is
Skull,
scary shit.
Don't fuck the ocean.
Yeah,
Don't tell
the
me
never
what
love
to
you
do.
the
back.
ocean, the ocean didn't ask for that.
Don't tell
Yeah.
me what to do.
The ocean's not gonna love you back.
Now I'm just reminded of that Family Guy skit of Mayor West running over and like stabbing a knife into the ocean. You won't be hurting anyone anymore.
Yeah.
I fucking miss that dude.
That was such a dumb bit, but I love it.
Mayor West was the best.
Skull, why do you hate the ocean so much? Never mind, not making that joke.
The ocean is made up of salt water, which basically hates everything.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
I mean, if you ever watch Sacred Cow Shipyards, there are if he's ever talking about a actual sea-based ship, he will mention how much salt water fucking hates everything.
Yeah, this is pretty much salt water.
How's that, Alex Durain, you little bitch?
No.
Yeah, it is. It is highly corrosive over time. It just hates everything. It wants everything to rust and die.
Skull, there are land creatures that can kill you too. I don't think that counts against the ocean.
Yeah. To put it into perspective, Skull.
Yeah.
Do you know what one of the leading causes of death from animals in the United States is?
No, you can't.
No, they can smell you, dude. Plus, sometimes they show up where you least expect them.
Yep.
Like that time when little 17-year-old Jables pulled up to a buddy's house because they were going to hang out, and there was just a bear on his porch.
But yeah,
Have you ever heard of a land shark?
here's the answer though, Skull, in case you were wondering. Statistically, you are far more likely in the United States, if you're going to be killed by an animal in the United States, statistically, you are far more likely to be killed by a cow.
Yeah.
Or a pig?
Even Street Sharks, great show. Good callback.
In fact, more people in the United States are killed every year by cows than people that collide with deer with their cars.
Yeah. Also,
You're
Skull,
more likely to be killed by a cow in Chicago than you are to be killed by a great white in the Pacific Ocean.
Yeah, very likely.
Yeah.
At least more likely by comparison. Because
Yeah.
contrary to popular belief, sharks don't particularly like us.
We don't taste good, but they don't realize that until they taste us. Because
Yeah.
we look like seals in the water half the time.
Yeah, especially if you're scuba.
Or
Like
if
most
you're
of the
on a
time, like
surfboard.
people that get bit by like a great white, it's what they call an exploratory bite.
Yeah.
Basically, that's the shark because his eyesight's not all that great. It's just like, what is this? Bites. Oh, okay, I didn't like that.
That was gross. Or if you're on a surfboard, because you got that big round underbelly and them little arm flippers. Oh, that looks like a weak walrus. Sealers. Nom
Yeah,
nom.
you're like they look like great whites, especially are like looking for seals. You know, like they're looking for all that delicious, delicious blubber,
Moose
and we don't really have that the way they do.
Moose can be very deadly. Also,
Moose are terrifying.
oddly
You'll
enough,
be
hippos are
okay
one of them.
in scuba, but like surfing, holy fuck, be careful with surfing if there's any sign of a shark in the area.
Yeah, oddly enough, hippos, one of the most dangerous animals.
Easily one of the most dangerous animals in Africa. Hippos kill more people every
And
year
in
than
Cuba.
lions and elephants combined. Lions, elephants, and crocodiles combined, more people are killed by hippos.
Lions, tigers, and bears, oh my.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people don't know. It's like, oh, as long as you stay out of the water, you're fine. No, sunshine. Hippos can run up to 30 miles an hour on land. You are not outrunning it.
Yeah, don't they have a huge hippo problem in Cuba right now?
There aren't any hippos in Cuba.
Maybe it wasn't Cuba. Maybe it was Colombia or something.
Hippos are exclusive to the African continent.
No, Pablo Escobar imported a bunch of hippos because he liked them for some reason. And after he died, they just kept fucking and breeding, and it's kind of a problem.
As any living creature will.
Yeah.
Hippo.
Yeah.
Hippopotamus.
Yeah, there's a doctor trying to go through and castrate the offspring of Pablo Escobar's escaped hippos. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
A population of hippos exists
there's
in
about
Colombia.
100. There's about 140 in Colombia that are running around. That's
Their numbers grew to 100 by the 2020s, and ecologists believe the population should be eradicated as they are breeding rapidly and are an increasing menace to humans and the environment. Attempts to
Yeah.
control them include sterilization and culling.
Yep.
Hey, you give me permission and ammunition to do it with, and you pay me, I will happily go kill hippos.
Oh, I'd love to try hippo.
Yeah, hippos have extremely thick hides.
Who's going hippo hunting? We're going hippo hunting.
Just get me a 416 and I'll be happy as a clam. Mostly because
So
I'll
that-
have a 416.
Instead of the juggalos, will be the hippolos. Who's going hippo hunting? Hippo. Yeah, that was a dumb joke. You have to be around juggalos to get that.
Oh no, 'cause, like hippo skull, especially male hippos, are extremely territorial.
Yeah.
So yeah, if they start chasing you, no, they're not inclined to give up, and they are going to outrun you.
That's when you want to climb a tree.
Yeah, that's the one thing that they can't do.
But they might take that tree down.
Also, that's another bit of advice when it comes to running from certain animals. If you're running from a bear, don't climb. Bad idea.
Yeah, they can climb too.
They can climb better than you.
Yeah.
They're Earth's ultimate predator. And Earth found it funny to make them herbivores.
No, they're omnivores.
I think he was talking about hippos.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
hippos.
bears are omnivores.
Yeah.
Also, bears are just furry tanks. Don't fuck with bears.
Don't fuck
Everyone's
with
scared
bears.
of the fucking grizzly bear, and they want to save the polar bear, but the polar bear is the one that's gonna kill you and eat you for no other reason than, I wanted a snack.
Well, black and brown bears are also really loved.
Polar bears are, I think, one of the only known large terrestrial carnivores that actively predates on humans.
Yeah.
Because they figured out a long time ago that we're kind of squishy and we don't have sharp teeth and tusks. We're actually kind of easy to eat.
Without protection,
Well, to
Like-
be fair,
swords, knives, spears, guns.
Well, that's the thing. Is like when the 357 Magnum was originally introduced, a lot of people up in the north started buying them because it was one of the first things that they could effectively use against polar bears.
makes sense. Also, keep in mind, polar bears are just like starving all the time. That's why they're so predatory.
But yeah, it's like
They're-
fucking black bears, like just any bear. Don't fuck around with the bears.
yeah. Leave the bears alone. Let them do their thing. Unless you're actively hunting bears.
You know, just like that we covered it like hell 2 years ago. That guy who like climbed into like a panda enclosure and got fucked up, got his like arm broken and shit. It's like a panda is a bear. Don't fuck with the
Didn't the
bears.
Like, at this point, I'm sure it didn't happen, but for some reason, I remember that the bear raped him or some shit.
What, panda? They
Yeah.
don't even fuck each other. That guy must have been real good looking for that panda bear.
It's like, hey, you're kind of cute.
Yeah, I knew a guy. I suspect he's DB Cooper. He had a pet bear.
Hmm.
He lived out in the middle of nowhere. It's my friend's stepdad. Had
Did
a
you
pet bear for
know-
a little... Huh?
Have either of you guys heard about House Resolution 23261?
No.
It's also known as the American Hippo Bill. It was introduced in
What?
1910 in Louisiana to authorize the importation and release of hippopotamus into the bayous.
Why?
What the fuck?
That's
You
That's-
know what? I
that's a
support that
terri-
legislation. I support that legislation.
I don't know. I'm on the fence about it. They got enough invasive animals going on around there.
Hey,
Introduced by Representative Robert F. Brussard of Louisiana in 1910.
any state that calls its says parishes instead of counties deserves to have a hippo destroy cities.
Brussard
Even
argued
Louisiana?
Brussard argued the hippos would eat the invasive water hyacinth that was clogging the rivers and also produce meat to help solve the American meat predicament.
Okay. That makes a little bit more sense.
Apparently, Theodore Roosevelt backed the plan, as did the U.S.
You know
Department of
what?
Agriculture, the Washington Post, and the New York Times.
You know what? Teddy
Which
can go
praise-
wrong.
If
Teddy
Teddy's
knows what he's
backing
doing.
it, I'm backing it.
Yeah.
Which
Teddy knows
praised
what he's
hippo
doing.
meat. Get this. Which praised hippo meat. This was from the New York Times. Praised hippo meat as lake cow bacon.
Now I
Holy
want to try
shit! Now
hippo
I
even
have
more,
to
guys.
try hippo.
Yeah.
Although the
That's-
American Hippo Bill developed a broad base of support, it was never passed by the U.S. Congress.
All right. We need to bring attention to this.
So
Bring
yeah,
this
back
bill
in
back.
1910, a bunch of politicians, including Theodore Roosevelt, wanted to introduce hippos to Louisiana.
Yeah. Well, here's why. I'm going to make an assumption here. They can breed fast. There were probably already other invasive species around the bayous at the time.
There still are.
Yeah. Well, yeah. They haven't gotten rid of them. That's why you can just freely kill iguanas in Florida as much as you want. They don't give a fuck. They encourage it.
Oh yeah, like not just that, like
and
iguanas,
so-
pythons. Just if you see it, you are free to exterminate.
Here's probably Teddy Roosevelt's thought. I don't even have to leave the country to hunt hippos. That's fucking awesome. Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause
but
as
another
much of
thing,
a conservationist as he was also a hunter and pro-hunting to maintain conservation.
oh yeah,
Yeah, but a lot of people think, oh, if you're a hunter, you're not a conservationist.
No, hunters
if
are
you
the
are a
most
hunter-
conservationalists that
If
I
you're
know.
a true hunter, you are by default a conservationalist because you want your prey to be available the next year and the year after that and the year after that. You're okay with limiting your catch so that you have something to catch later.
yeah. I think Winchester like hand presented Roosevelt an 1876 Winchester rifle, which is basically a Winchester leather action in 4570 government. And he took that thing to Africa. Was very happy with it. But yeah, it's like, yeah, hippos take longer to mature than cows, Y2K. That is true enough, but hippos are also massive.
He's saying that the average steer is 1,200 and the average hippo is 1,500 to 1,800. That's a lot more meat on the hippo.
No, you're underselling. The mean adult weight of a male hippopotamus is 3,260 pounds.
Jesus Christ, that's a lot of meat.
The cows are a little smaller, about 3,010.
Yeah.
It's been said that exceptionally large males have been recorded reaching weights of up to 5,860 pounds. They are huge animals.
What? Yeah, I'm pretty sure Sir's also just saying what Google is saying. Oh, you're using Canadian Google. That's
Oh,
why.
he's using kilos.
No, probably not. Are you using kilos, Y2K?
Because if he's using kilos, yeah, about 1,500 is right about. It's about 1,480, 1,500 kilos for males.
Fucking Canadian Google. Yeah. No, but even what you said, cattle are a way better option for meat. Why do you say that? You're getting almost twice as much meat from hippos.
Yeah, like the American Brahmin is like the most widely used version of cattle for beef. And they average about 1,800 to 2,400 pounds in males.
Hey, Dina.
Hey.
Teddy Roosevelt said that it's water bacon, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. Lake cow bacon is what
Yeah,
they
lake
call
cow bacon.
Yeah.
Based on that, I have to try hippo now.
Yeah.
I mean, they are regularly poached for their meat and ivory because their tusks have ivory in them, which is their biggest threats.
Plus, they're herbivores, so we could let them run around in the bayou. They'd kill off a lot of the shit that gets in their way. And they just, I don't know, eat some stuff. And then you hunt them. Yeah. Yeah. Bring the hippos to the bayou. I changed my entire view on this.
I just saw that, like, because I was like looking at the page for hippos, and I saw a thing at the bottom of the page. It's like a link. It's like American Hippo Bill, and I'm like, what the fuck is that?
Transplant the Colombian hippos to the bayou. Shorter travel distance gets rid of the problem in Colombia.
Cheaper
Yeah,
shipping. I like
The only
it.
thing that we have
Reduce
to
the
worry about
shipping.
people-wise is the weird fucking rednecks. And nobody notices if they die anyway.
Yeah, in the Bayou, they all have guns anyway, so why would it... Like, they'll be fine.
Y2K. Florida man charged for illegal hippo slaughterhouse / brothel.
Yes!
Yeah, exactly. I see
This
zero
is the type of
negatives.
content that we need for the show. I am all in support of this.
Yeah, I see zero negatives of bringing hippos to the Bayou.
Put it in Pensacola. The Marines won't know the difference.
You got a big mouth. I can't fit in that. Let's try this. Yeah. Yeah, by the way, title of the show, Hippos in the Bayou.
Absolutely.
Sold.
Mm.
All right, how do I spell the French word bayou?
Bayou. Or no.
No, you got it right.
No, I think I might have...
No, you got it right.
No,
It's
okay.
Bayou.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
was
I
like-
said, the French word. There are words in there that make no sense, that don't make any sound, or there are letters in there that make no sound, and letters that aren't there that do.
Yeah, but I was just thinking...
Yep. The major Bayou
Yeah, I
in
just didn't-
Louisiana
I didn't know if
Bayou
the-
the Fourche.
I didn't know if the U or the O came from...
Yeah.
'Cause
But no, you got it right
French.
on the first try. Make hippos American again. No, Dina, we're going to Americanize the hippo. Because we make everything better.
There's only one kind of immigrant I want in this country, and it's fucking hippos.
Y2K. I got me a real dependopotamus.
To be fair, some of those dependas get up to 5,000 pounds. Or at least that's what it looks like.
It's extra funny because I'm drinking Budweiser right now.
I'm just saying, like, if you introduce hippos into the South, there's going to be a bunch of people within a year who are going to figure out every way to barbecue it and serve it with coleslaw.
Yep.
And then that'll get exported to the rest of the country, and everyone will be the better for it.
Yep. Give the South some new meat. That's what the South... That's how we revitalize the South economically. We give them a new meat to play around with.
Yeah, they've done everything they can with gator.
I don't think
Gator,
they have,
iguana, boa constrictors.
They're getting complacent down there, man. We need to give them new challenges.
I don't think they've.
Okay.
I don't think they've done everything they can with Gator and Python and all that. But I think that's mostly because they've gotten to the point where it's all just the same shit and they need a new challenge.
Yeah.
Also, hippos are just like they're like kind of cool and freaky when you see them coming at you because like their sweat kind of looks like blood.
Yeah.
Yeah, they sweat red or pink or whatever.
Yeah.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah, it's like their sweat has like special like oils in it that like protects their hides from the sun.
You're perfect for Florida. Yeah. Yeah. Let's... Oh, man. This just turned into an economic plan. Bring hippos to the South. Let's save... Let's save the South. The South will rise again. Through the power of hippos.
We
Maybe,
need to get
yeah,
someone
let's
like
back-
we need to get someone like Mr. Beast to back this.
You know,
Yeah, we can have companies like Hungry Hank's Happy Hippos.
I'm sure... I'm sure we could pass this. We know enough people. We could pass this idea like up the chain.
Yeah.
Because we know people that know people that know people that know people. And if we just get people on board.
I mean, we've already got Jeff roped into the tube idea.
Yeah, let's not implicate names right now. this might get wild.
I declare that we revitalize the American Hippo Plan of 1910.
Yeah.
I do declare.
What the fuck, Skull? You better back off before my support hippo gets you.
Oh, imagine how much new voodoo they could do in Louisiana with hippo skull.
Oh shit, that could actually affect an election. Not in the US, but like
Yeah,
Cuba.
somewhere.
Maybe not Cuba either. It'd have to be somewhere where it's not rigged.
Imagine you go to Louisiana and you go and see some voodoo people and they're doing bone readings with hippo teeth instead of chicken bones.
Larry!
Grinding the ivory into powder and using it in their fucking rituals.
Yeah.
Larry, we're having an amazing idea right now. You should help.
Yeah, Larry. Use some of your mob influence. We want to bring we want to reinitiate. What's the name of that bill?
The American Hippo Bill of 1910.
No. What's the number?
Ah, shit. Damn. I have to look it up real quick. Just a second.
Anyways, so here's the plan, Larry. Teddy Roosevelt was behind this, so that's why we're all behind it, mostly.
Well, he wasn't the one that came up with it. Robert F. Bussard did.
Yes, but he was behind it, and that's all that matters.
Yeah. House Resolution 23261.
Yes. Plan is release hippos into the Bayou, which is like northern Florida, and some of Louisiana.
Yeah. That way we could all have lake cow bacon, as the New York Times called it.
Yes. We could all have lake cow bacon. It gives the South some different meat to play with, so that they could come up with delicious dishes.
As this article from 2013 from Wired says, the crazy, ingenious plan to bring hippopotamus ranching to America. This is an injustice.
We need hippos.
This needs to be a thing. As much as I love cow steak, we need more options, not less.
Everybody that is against bringing hippos are hypocritical.
They actually have an archive of the April 12th, 1910 edition of the New York Times, Lake Cow Bacon. That was the title of the article.
Here's the thing. I don't like how nobody caught my hypocritical joke.
I heard it.
My favorite part is that we got here from talking about lightning.
Yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
Well, because Skull was like, fuck the ocean. The ocean is scary. It's like, well, you're more likely to be killed by a cow. And then somehow that led to hippos.
Yep. Well,
Oh yeah, because Dina talked about moose and how moose are scary, dangerous.
Yeah, then I brought up how hippos are super dangerous, and then that brought up the Colombian hippos that you didn't believe me about at first.
Well, I hadn't heard about them.
Yeah.
So I looked it up and it's like, wow, that was a thing. And then I just happened to see that link at the bottom of the page. It's like, what about American hippos?
Yeah, this is how shows are supposed to go. Yes. You know
We've
what?
discovered a lost part of our history today.
Yeah. And I think, history is important.
In this case, a historical injustice.
Yeah.
A thing that never came to be.
You know what? I bet it's Big Beef that kept that down.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah, this is technically
wouldn't doubt
before Upton Sinclair's The Jungle was written.
By the way, I have a new image for the window, Rimshee. I posted it in live.
All right. I'll take a look. Save image.
Hold on.
Oh, it's all good.
Perfect.
Yep. You don't want those creeping around the bayou? They're cute. They might kill you, but they're
Yeah.
cute.
Look at he is a handsome fellow. He's
Yeah.
put a little top hat on him.
Yeah.
He has very fine whiskers.
Yeah. Larry, also the benefit of hippos is that they breed relatively quickly. So,
Once they start breeding, they breed like fucking hippos.
yeah.
Yeah, Larry's got the idea. Hippo gumbo.
Hippo gumbo? Hippo hooray. Ooh, hey.
Because gumbo is for winners.
And also, Skull said something earlier about breeding hippos. Yeah, of course they'd be breeded at some point. By the way,
Oh, yeah,
Skull,
like-
breeding is spelt with two E's.
But yeah, we would have bread. We bread and
they'd
fry
get breaded.
everything.
They'd be in the South.
Why would you
They're gonna
not
get breaded
bread
at some
hippo
point.
meat?
Yeah, that's what I want.
Oh,
I want a country fried steak, but hippo.
yeah,
I want country fried
steak?
hippo. Fuck yes.
Yeah. That sounds
With
so
some
good.
fucking gravy.
Oh, I wonder, because if they're considered, so they have to have some cuts of them that are a lot like bacon. They're like super fatty and stuff.
That's the thing is I don't know.
So
It's
you could
would they
you could
be
make some hippo
closer to
bacon and make
beef?
some hippo bacon gravy.
Well, that's the thing is are they more red meat or are they more white meat? What is hippo meat like? I don't know.
What is the anatomy of a hippo? These are the questions that must be asked and answered. Because I'm thinking at this point, we're gonna have
I'm
to start
assuming
going
it's
killing
more of
some
a red
hippos.
We do not condone what he just said. For anybody in Kenya or any other reservations that may be listening.
Oh no! You team up.
Ooh,
You team up with conservation areas, and they
True.
they let you kill the ones that are like the problem.
The taste of hippo meat is often described as being similar to beef, with a slightly sweet flavor and tough texture that can be improved by marinating it before cooking or smoking it over an open fire.
So it's perfect. It's perfect barbecue meat. I'm in.
Yeah.
I'm fucking in.
What makes hippo meat distinctive from other meats is the fat content.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's barbecue meat, hands down. Fucking hell!
I'm in. I'm fucking in.
Fucking South.
Let's fucking go.
It's gotta get to Texas. It's gotta get to Louisiana, where you got the Bayou. It's gotta get to Florida, where unfortunately they'll mix it with meth. But I'm sure they'll do some good stuff with it too.
It's just gonna make the hippos fuck more. It'll be fine.
Give the hippos coke so they make more hippos.
That's our breeding program.
Also, Mickey subscribed at tier 1, subscribed for 32 months. Thanks, Mickey. Yes. Larry,
Yeah,
hippo brisket,
Y2K and
I'm
W.
down for it.
The taste is mild, less than lamb and more than beef, slightly more marbled than usual venison. Fuck it. Let's go. I want it.
Okay. Yeah, no, it sounds like the perfect meat.
Ooh, Oh, Skull! I didn't even think. Thank you, Skull. Like the size of those ribs. Oh my god.
Oh, I don't feel like
Oh.
I feel like I'm in an episode of the Flintstones.
Oh man, I want hippo meat now. Holy fuck.
Yeah.
This is such a good idea. It probably isn't, but in my head, it is such a good idea.
Oh, okay. So surprisingly enough, there's a lot of Asians that live in the South too.
Can we get Korean barbecue hippo? Ooh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now, you like fucking send some to the Carolinas too. You like Carolinas got their own style of barbecue. They use a lot of mustard in their barbecue sauces. It's actually really
Oh
good,
yeah,
and I'm not big on
Kansas City has a lot of good barbecue.
mustard.
I mean,
Well, you start with the South, it'll slowly spread, and as the meat gets to more places, they will be like, this is good, but our way will taste so much better, and then we'll get more and more options for hippo meat. Holy fuck! I hate I hate Congress of 1910 because they didn't pass the American Hippo Act.
Yeah, and there was
We-
support for it, including
we
Theodore
could-
Roosevelt. The New York Times said it was a good idea. The New York Times!
New York Times and Washington Post, those liberal fucks.
What happened? How were we denied this?
Yeah. Times have changed so much.
Like I said, big beef.
Big beef.
Has to
Big
be.
beef doesn't want us to experience the flavors that we should. They do not want the South to succeed in anything. No, you have to do beef, pork, and chicken. That's all you get. No, I want the South to start mass producing hippo.
I want to see live hippo hunting on TLC. Fuck, if we get hippos here, that'll be a thing before you know it, Larry.
Oh yeah, or Ted Nugent will just post it on YouTube.
Uncle Teddy! I don't know if there's negatives to eating hippo skull. We've never been given the opportunity. They
Yeah.
denied us that.
Give us the options. Let's see what happens. That's the libertarian way.
You know,
Yes.
to quote Dennis Leary from fucking Demolition Man, I want high cholesterol. I want to eat bacon, butter, and buckets of cheese. And hippos.
Yes. All right. I've now found my crusade
Is what
for the next
extinct, Mickey?
month.
Hippos? No, they're vulnerable, but they're not extinct.
Yeah. Cows were also vulnerable. And now look what
Until we
happened.
domesticated them.
Yeah. Domesticate hippos. Let them run around the bayou and start killing all the iguanas and other invasive species there. I don't give a shit.
Yeah, if we exactly, you know what? I think we can get the crazy tree hugging conservationists on board. This will increase the habitat of hippos, man.
Yeah, it's like when they reintroduced wolves to some of the national parks. Like, plus, it's not like the hippos. It's not like their food source. They're just killing these things because they're in the way.
Yeah. And I feel
And
like their
they're-
usual habitats are rivers, lakes, and mangrove swamps. We have that shit here. We have the land.
We have it in abundance here.
We have the will. We have the way. All we need are the hippos.
Bring us the hippos.
I'm telling you, man, we could turn this into a fucking industry.
Larry, they're herbivores. But they are kind of apex predators at the same time. They're a weird animal.
Yeah, hippos are apex predators that don't eat meat.
Yeah.
Hippo, the other beef.
Oh, Dina has a good question. Does this count as a food talk? I think it does. I'm willing to sacrifice our streak. on this
Yeah,
one.
fuck it. It was worth it. It was worth it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is totally worth it.
We had a good run though.
Oh, no, that's another thing. We could bring hippos to the Mississippi River and they could fuck up the bull sharks that are fucking up people.
Wait, does
Oh,
this
yeah,
really
fuck-
count as food talk? Because we're talking about introducing hippos to the U.S.
I'm glad you brought that
Food
up, though,
aspect
Specifically
Jables.
for
happens to
food.
be part of it.
Because-
I'm willing to. We've argued with the food talk like every week for the last month or two.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, the thing is like,
we'll give them this
the way-
because
the way I
the
define
reason
it-
why we want hippos is for their meat and their
yeah,
food.
like we're talking about all the ways that you could cook hippo now, so like that technically is a food discussion. But I said,
Yeah.
you're like,
Alright,
the
alright.
counter only counts. It only counts is if it's a conversation that turns into a food conversation. If we specifically say, hey, we're going to talk about this food item here,
that doesn't
or
count.
like if we bring up an article talking about like Taco Bell or something, that doesn't count. It's for conversations that tangent into food.
Yeah.
That is what the counter is for.
Yeah. So the count has been updated. Happy Friday the 13th, everybody. I didn't expect hippo talk.
Yeah, I agree, Skull. This starts now. We fight for hippos to eat.
Yep.
This
Yeah,
is probably
okay.
one of the weirdest food talks we've ever had.
Yeah,
Don't give
but
a shit.
introducing them to the Mississippi to fight off bull sharks that are swimming up. That'd
Yeah,
be
like,
very interesting.
I'm actually glad
Or
you brought
it
that
might-
up. Because bull sharks have been known to swim up the Nile, and sometimes they encounter and attack hippos and they get their asses kicked.
Yeah.
Because they'll like bite the hippo on the leg, and the hippo is just like, ow, stomp.
Yeah. Yeah. Just so everybody else knows, bull sharks can survive in both freshwater and saltwater. So they'll
And
just
they're
swim up a river
highly
'cause
aggressive.
and they'll swim up a river just because they feel like it.
Because compared to other sharks, bull sharks have much higher levels of testosterone, which makes them more likely to just tear into shit. In fact, I think most of the fatal attacks on humans from sharks are bull sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's
I'm
afraid
pretty
of the
sure
great
that's
white
accurate.
because it's big and scary. A lot of people don't know about the bull shark.
Yeah. Yeah, the bull shark will fuck you up. So let's bring some hippos to fuck up those bull sharks. Let's save our children by introducing hippos to the Mississippi River.
And then you have tiger sharks, which are just the ocean's trash can.
Mhm.
They found some interesting things in the stomachs of tiger sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah, if a tiger shark bites you, it's not because it's trying to eat you, because you taste good. It's because it's trying to eat you because it'll eat anything from tin can, license plate, etc. to actual flesh and blood.
Yeah.
Hell, it would probably eat vegetarian if offered to it.
Yeah. In fact, there was one
Meg-
instance where they found a chicken coop complete with chickens in a tiger
Wow.
shark's stomach. How it got a hold of it? Don't know.
That's pretty impressive. Kind of like that. that's like
Remember
how
what I
when
was
you, that's
saying
like how
about
when you
land
find
sharks?
that's like when you find out the like one of the number one predators for moose are orcas.
Yep, one of their only natural predators.
Yeah. And it's because moose can actually swim.
Yeah, they will swim out and like eat the plants at the bottom of like the water. Like they'll eat the aquatic plants.
Yeah.
Moose are terrifying. We've mentioned this many times. Now, like great whites actually know what they're doing most of the time. Y2K, they are very particular in what they like to eat, which is mainly seals and sea lions.
Yeah.
Tiger sharks don't give a shit.
You
If
happen
it
to
looks
look-
vaguely like food, a tiger shark is probably going to try and swallow it.
If it looks vaguely, a tiger shark's probably going to try and eat it.
Also, tiger sharks typically have a habit of eating turtles, so their jaws are really strong.
Oh, yeah. Larry, moose have paddles on their fucking head. Yeah, they can swim. They can also dive up to like 20 meters, I think.
Yeah, like moose are really big, really powerful animals.
I was listening to a podcast, and one of the guys on there does MMA and shit, and he was saying he thinks he could take down a moose. It's like, I don't think you realize how big moose are.
Yeah,
I could
they
take
are
down a
the
moose.
Yeah.
the North
I know-
American moose is the largest extant species of deer that still exists.
Yeah, they're
I know
huge.
for a fact I could take down a moose.
Huh?
I know for a fact I could take down a moose.
Really?
Well, yeah, with a rifle.
Oh yeah, with a rifle, exactly.
Oh no, he was talking hand to hand
Nah, dude.
or hand to hoof. Yeah.
Nah, no.
He was talking about straight up fighting it.
I don't
Yeah,
know
take
why,
it down with a
but-
gun, fine.
Yeah, like
I
the
don't
only
know why, but saying going hand to hand with a moose just immediately brought up the image of someone riding naked on the back of a moose.
like without like tools or like firearms, like there are only there's a very short list of mammals that can one-on-one a moose. And those
I'd even give you a decent knife.
Yeah.
Like and say
But, like-
go for it and bet against you still.
Those animals are an orca, as we've established, a bear.
Yeah, but they're okay. So the orcas kind of
Well,
a
yeah,
dick move.
that one's not
They're
really
catching,
a
they're
fight.
catching they're catching the moose.
Okay,
like,
so
down in the
excluding
water.
orcas, the only animals that really have a chance of 1v1ing a moose are a bear, a wolverine, or another moose.
Yeah.
A human has a chance, but good luck. I'm betting against you.
Yeah, like if
Yeah.
if the moose sees you first and it's a male, yeah, you're just getting trampled. You're fucked.
Yeah. A human with a knife has a chance. Human with a spear has a little bit of a better chance.
A human with bare hands, I mean,
Yeah.
on paper has a chance.
I mean, like every year,
Technically, there's a possibility.
like
But-
every year in the United States, and this is a thing that happens. Like every year, hunters will get fucking jumped by like whitetail deer. Like a fucking whitetail buck will just come out of the brush and start beating the shit out of a dude with their fucking hooves and shit.
Hey, Larry, I don't think
yeah,
that
that's
full
a pretty
link
good
posted.
Photoshop, man.
Oh.
If there was a man that would do it, it would have been Theodore Roosevelt.
Yeah.
This is a man who was meeting people, like he was on the back of the presidential train, like waving at people, and a little girl runs up and throws a badger at him.
Yeah.
And he took it back to the White House as a pet.
Yeah,
I forgot about
Because
that.
to hunt for conservation purposes.
And the staff
And for
were
the-
afraid of
and
it
for the
because it would
meat.
attack their ankles.
He loved to
But-
hunt, but he also loved to conserve. He is
Yeah.
the idealized
He-
hunter.
But yeah,
Yeah,
just like
he-
imagine
he-
it, like a little girl tosses a baby badger onto your tray. It's just like, you are mine now.
Yeah.
This
This
was
is
an
also a
attack
guy
on
that
my
got-
life. What
It's
a
also-
cute little attack, aren't you?
Yeah.
Badgers
what?
are vicious little bastards.
Yeah, no, he's like, oh, you're a wily little one, aren't you? All right.
Like, I've seen some videos of like American badgers encountering other animals. In fact, one of them was like a wolverine, which is like a badger's bigger cousin. Everybody talks about how vicious wolverines are. There's this
Yeah.
video of this wolverine that kind of like walks up on this badger, and the badger turns around like, "Hey, fuck you!"
Well,
And the wolverine's
here's the
like,
thing.
"Oh, damn, okay."
Here's the thing. The honey
I'll be
badger
stepping
doesn't give a
out.
shit. honey badger doesn't give a shit about anything.
We're not talking
Honey badger
about
don't
honey
give a
badger.
shit.
We're talking American badger.
Sorry, I'm referencing a 15-year-old video.
I know.
You know, the funniest thing is that, like, the American badger just looks cute and cuddly. And yet
No, it don't.
will rip...
No,
No, the American... Am I thinking of the European badger?
Yes,
yeah.
the European badger, like the meme is like, like it's like fucking the European badger looks like it'll invite you to its home for tea and biscuits, where the American badger looks like it'll stab you in an alleyway over heroin.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I had him reversed.
Like American badgers, when they're passive, can look pretty cute.
Oh, have you seen like the comparison between like an Australian possum and the American possum? That's a vast difference too.
Mm-hmm. Most
Hey,
importantly,
nature
he
talk
scream
with
at
the
own
lesser
ass.
saints of Discord.
Yeah, this has been a strange business idea / food discussion / conservation show.
Yeah.
Man, that is way different. Cute
Mhm.
and cuddly versus I'm gonna rip off your face.
Yeah. You know, Steve Irwin will be proud. Shout out Steve Irwin. I hope you're doing all right out there.
Yeah, fucking rip.
Wait, what?
Steve Irwin, rip.
Why rip?
Steve Irwin?
Because
Yeah, what
he's
about
been
him?
dead for years.
What?
Yeah, dude. I don't know if anybody told you, but he
No.
got fucking stabbed in the chest by a stingray. Fucking
Oh, mother.
Just fucking severed his heart. Fucking killed him almost
God
instantly.
damn, that sucks.
His son and daughter are carrying on his legacy, though. Like,
I was
What's his
wondering why I
son's
hadn't
name
seen him
again?
around
Jack?
for a while. Oh,
Yeah, he's been dead for like what, 15 years?
oh, god damn. Why didn't anybody tell me?
I don't know, Tables. I just figured you lived on the internet, so you might have known.
Yeah, I don't know. Might have just missed it.
Damn, he died in 2006.
his son is fucking like his son is
Yeah,
his
no.
dad.
In all
Like-
seriousness, yeah. His son is taking over the legacy quite well. I'm loving it.
Hardcore, like solidly 10 out of 10. Although I
He
don't think
is-
he'll be dumb
he
enough
is
to get
his father's
stabbed by
son.
a stingray.
Yeah.
I love.
I never see him fucking around in the oceans. I do notice that.
Yeah. This happened to
Yeah.
my dad. I'm not dumb enough to make the same mistake that he was not aware he was making.
Yeah, apparently, some astronomer named one of the asteroids in the asteroid belt 57567 Crikey.
Yeah, nice. Nice.
Steve Irwin is a legend.
Yeah.
Yep. He was only 44 when he died.
And obviously, I don't know if I'm sure you've seen pictures of Bindi, his daughter. But, yeah. At least 90% of that had to be mom.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like his son got like 90% of him. So it's really
Yeah.
weird how that worked out.
And yet his son is not what you would expect either. I'm not saying Steve Irwin was ugly, but he landed someone that would be well out of his league. We'll put it that way.
Oh yeah. Well, that's because he was just, I don't know, he was just always himself. He was live on television, got bit by a snake, didn't freak out because he didn't want people to be scared of snakes.
Mm-hmm.
That's who he was.
Yeah.
Oh, I just saw this other
Fucking
thing.
legend.
Apparently, in November of 2003, Irwin was filming a documentary on sea lions off the coast of a Baja California peninsula in Mexico when he heard via his boat's radio that 2 scuba divers were reported missing in the area. Irwin and his entire crew suspended operations to aid in the search. His team's divers searched with the rescue divers, and Irwin used his vessel to patrol the waters around the island where the incident occurred, as well as using his satellite communication systems to call in a rescue plane. On the second day of the search, kayakers found one of the divers, Scott Jones, perched on a narrow rock ledge jutting out from the side of a cliff. Irwin and a crew member escorted him to Irwin's boat. The other diver, Katie Verman, unfortunately was found dead a few days later.
Yeah, that sounds like Steve. Fuck it! Let's get... life is more important than this fucking show! That's Steve in a nutshell.
He was just a good dude.
He
It
was
was really tragic what happened to him.
like...
Well, he died doing what he loved, so that's honestly the...
No, because he wasn't eaten by a crocodile.
No. That was only... That was only to grab attention. He just loved all animals.
I know he loved all
Yeah.
animals, but...
And I think probably it'll never be seen, obviously, but they were filming
Yeah.
at the moment he got his chest pierced and died.
If I remember
really...
correctly, the reason he passed away was because, for whatever reason, someone pulled it out. I could be wrong on that.
I heard something about that, but I don't know anything. So
the circumstances were, while swimming in chest-deep water, Steve Irwin approached a short-tail stingray with an approximate span of 2 meters from the rear in order to film it. He initially believed he had only a punctured lung. However, the stingray's barb pierced his heart, causing him to bleed to death.
yeah.
So it didn't kill him instantly. He was actually still conscious after he got pierced. He just didn't realize how much damage had been done, and he bled out on his boat.
Yeah.
Miss you,
'Cause,
man.
By the way, shout out
Stingrays,
to,
they flick their tail at you when they do that barb. So it was just basically just like getting knifed, essentially, just stab and pull out.
Yeah. Yeah, so by the way, shout out to Steve Irwin's wife, because the kids seem great, well adjusted. Even after all that shit. And shout out to Steve for being a good dad.
For as long
To
as he was
sort
able
of-
to be.
Yeah, to plant a foundation, and then his wife had to take over. Kids seem great. They seem like really cool people.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, honestly, that family's pretty cool.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a
I'm just
video a month or two ago about his son. What's his son's name?
Isn't it Jack or something?
No, that doesn't sound right.
Google.
Yeah.
Robert.
Yeah, Robert. Yeah. Little Bobby.
Robert
Bobby.
Clarence Irwin, who looks a lot like his dad.
Spitting image.
Yeah, little Bobby Irwin was saw a video a couple months ago. He was just like going around the whole conservation area that they had created. Saw a
Well-
turtle and just like made a cute little video with the turtle. It's like, hey, check this out.
I mean, like
This
he
is what
named
this
his
is. This
he
is what
named
this
his
turtle is
son-
and everything. And
he named his son after his dad because his dad was Robert Eric Irwin.
oh man,
Well, is because his father's still alive. But
hey, can we give them an award for possibly the most wholesome family on the earth?
yeah,
It's like-
I know. Like there was like there's been like stuff that came out later. You know, like fucking at the usual shit where it's like oh, you know, like he actually didn't do all that much great shit for conservation. It was actually more problematic than you realize.
You know,
Yeah,
it's people trying to
These
tear down a
motherfuckers
great man's
always
legacy.
show up whenever somebody dies.
Hey,
Usually
Larry,
bitter
that's a married
fucks
woman.
that get ignored.
Now, I will say this. He may not have done as much as people claim he did for conservation, but that's not due to a lack of trying.
Yeah.
And like you could even potentially say some of the things that he did was misguided. Like, sure, fine.
Yeah, but he also inspired millions of other people to be more forward with conservation efforts. So I think he did a lot more.
Also,
Like,
just
like he personally
he
didn't.
himself may not have done as much, but he had a much
Directly.
wider impact than his.
also, you know, like, just
obvious.
you know, like making his target audience children and like you know showing children, you know, like you know this is what these animals are. This is what they do. This is what they're capable of. What they're not capable of. You know, it's like you have nothing to fear from these animals.
Yeah, but this is how you don't get your hand bitten. Don't poke it with a stick, like I'm about to do.
And I'm gonna get bitten, just to show you that's what happens.
Yeah. South Park has a great episode about it. It's like, hey, we found this creature over here. Now we're gonna piss it off. Well, it's
Skull, how?
but what he
how
was
the
doing
fuck-
that entire time was showing you like he was telling you the signs of agitation that you would see in an animal before it attacks you.
Mm-hmm.
Skull, what is a rezone?
What is laterally?
I can accept it's autocorrect, but obviously you have used rezone before for it to autocorrect to that. What the fuck is rezone?
Well, no, he's an architect, so might be using rezone pretty frequently. I'll give him a pass on the rezone. Laterally,
Skull, there's only so much that you can blame on autocorrect.
yeah.
Yeah, why would your thing be the rezone?
Larry, Skull doesn't have the constitution to be even slightly adjacent to the mob.
Yeah, not really.
He could have family in the mob.
No.
I mean, depending on how good he is with numbers, he could be a bookie, maybe. But
My grandma ran away from Chicago in like prime mob time. I might have family that's in the mob. But that would be expected.
yeah, it would explain some things potentially.
If
Yeah.
Skull was in the mob?
No,
What?
I had
No,
if
no.
I had family that was in the mob.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Besides, I don't think Jables has any family in the mob. I think Jables just doesn't get it.
Doesn't get what?
Skull actually has a family member in the mob. But we don't talk about that. Obviously he did. He must not actually be in the mob.
Suspect.
Yeah. Here's the thing. Both my grandmas on either side, we have no idea what their actual maiden names are. They've used several throughout their lives.
Mysteriouser and mysteriouser.
Yeah. But one of my grandmas was from Chicago during some crazy shit.
Uncle Tony.
My cousin Vinny.
Also, like, to go back to Larry's originally, like part-time mobster in Newark. I'm sorry, Larry, but like, even Skull has the good sense not to go to New Jersey.
Yeah.
You have to give him that much credit.
All right. Let's wait 30 seconds until Skull types what's wrong with New Jersey.
Nah, he knows better than that.
Does he?
What's wrong with Newark?
I learned that Newark wasn't a place I wanted to go because of Harold and Kumar. Yes, Skull, you are smarter than the average coconut. Coconuts can't form sentences.
Coconuts don't have functioning brains.
Yeah. New Jersey gave us that's a bad example.
It's just like
New
wait,
Jersey
never mind.
gave us Jersey Shore.
I was gonna say Kevin Smith, but I was like, he kind of sucks right now. It's just like...
I kind of want to watch.
Then Hurricane Sandy was like, "Fuck you, Jersey Shore."
I kind of want to watch. Oh fuck! What is it? Dogma? No. Fuck! I don't even remember what the film is. Whatever.
What? Chasing Amy? Jersey Girl?
No, I don't remember. I'm not worried about it.
Clerks 3?
Ew. Why?
I haven't seen it yet. I have to watch it out of principle. But Dogma, yeah. Okay, here's a fucked up thing. Try to find Dogma. Like, non-illegally.
I have it on
Harder than you
DVD.
think.
I think that's the only way I would be able to watch it legally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because currently Miramax is holding it hostage from Kevin Smith and not allowing it to be on streaming sites.
Why are they doing that? I mean, don't get me wrong. Doing stuff to Kevin Smith seems like the thing to do right now. But why? Why are they doing it?
Because the deal that Miramax made with him to make Dogma, it was very early in his career, so they retained like pretty much all of the rights to it. So you can buy it for like $100 on DVD right now.
I could get $100 by selling it.
You could possibly get more than that by selling
Oh man, it has no case.
Damn.
I could probably get more than $100 still.
It's possible, yeah. But climb on the bow of a pirate ship, you can find things. But yeah,
there's certain like VHSs now that are selling for premiums.
Yeah. Oh, Larry, Dogma is kind of mid. I don't know. I think it's one of Kevin Smith's best films. It like in the overall like stance of films, sure, it's kind of mid, but it's still fun.
Yeah. It's definitely better than anything he's put out recently.
Yeah. Yeah, he went on
like the He-Man show that had nothing to fucking do with him.
Yeah, Thomas Edison, okay. Edison was a fucking dickbag, and we'd probably be having wireless technology 50 years ago if it wasn't for Edison. So, try again, Skull.
Yeah. Edison was a massive piece of shit.
Yeah.
The only
he fucked over Tesla in such a way.
He fucked over so many people. The only thing Edison really gave us was the Edison socket for light bulbs. And I guarantee you, if someone else was doing the design, it would have been better than the Edison design.
Yeah, a lot of people now question just how many of his patents were actually his and not shit that he stole from people working for him.
Or, stole or blackmailed people or threatened them. Like, Thomas Edison.
So, like, we brought up the whole, like, he kept DC current going as long as he could just because he had the monopoly on it.
Yeah, he electrocuted an elephant in Times Square in New York to try to make propaganda that it was
more dangerous than DC.
That AC was dangerous and horrible and that nobody should use it. Just so it would save his profits.
Yeah, just so it would save his profits and it would bury Tesla.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Fuck
Edison, bad choice, my friend. That's what somebody from Jersey would do.
Yeah. Somebody from Jersey would unironically was like, well, we had Edison. Oh, and you think that's a good thing, do you?
Apparently
New Jersey stinks. Literally. I remember Addie telling me about that because she would have to go through Jersey multiple times. It's just like, you never miss the smell.
Yeah. Yeah. People that live in Jersey just do it so that they can have a nice house when they have to work in New York. Patrice O'Neal's from Boston.
Yeah. Also, the New York Giants and the New York Jets both play in Jersey. Because good luck building a football stadium on Manhattan Island.
Yeah. Yeah, so I guess there's that.
It's like, why are there the New York Jets and the New York Giants that they play in New Jersey? It's like, because they started out in New York, but they went to New Jersey because they couldn't get a fucking stadium.
But Patrice O'Neal lived in Jersey because it's an easy commute to New York. And he didn't have to live in New York in a shit apartment. Yeah. Because he could have a better place in Jersey, have a short commute to New York, and then...
Because Manhattan is ass. I'm not big on Bon Jovi, Larry. Being perfectly honest.
Yeah, I
like Bon Jovi, but he's not something spectacular.
Fine.
I mean, I don't have
And-
like
and
the
I'm more,
visceral hatred of him that I do Guns N' Roses, but
Yeah. Yeah, they had their time and place. I love how everybody's referencing people that are dead.
Did Bon Jovi die?
no, Bon Jovi's still around. But fucking
Okay, might as well be dead.
Jeff Beck and Robbie Bachman died recently. Fuck, man.
Yeah. Yeah, so Bon Jovi, sure, I guess. I would go Bob Dylan, maybe a bit more. He's been a big culture influence.
Yeah. Like I said, I found out that Jeff Beck died. I'm like, fuck. And then like the very next day, it's like, oh yeah, Robbie Bachman's dead too. And it's like, son of a bitch.
Oh, this is
Elvis's kid died yesterday? Of what? Did he get the fool's gold too?
well, she. No, I don't know what happened.
If he didn't die while taking a shit, I'll be disappointed.
I haven't looked into. Well, it was his daughter.
Oh. Well, still, she could have died taking a shit too. We don't discriminate here.
Oh,
Heart
but they
attack.
wouldn't put something out like that nowadays.
Yeah, I do believe Elvis also died of a heart attack. He just happened to die in a particular spot.
He died pushing fool's gold out his ass.
Yeah, it literally happened yesterday, so I'm not. Heart attack looks like.
Yeah, that's what Skull said.
Mm. That's what it looks like, Skull.
I did earlier this week,
Hasn't been
Larry.
long enough.
I actually went to the store and got Metamucil because earlier this week I had where it's like I thought I'd pulled a muscle. It's like, oh man, I don't feel so good after that. Need some fiber.
Yeah.
Oh man, I had one where I ended up waking up in the middle of the night. I ran to the bathroom and I'm sitting there. My head was literally spinning for the half hour. I'm dropping deuce. And I had to pass out on the floor in the bathroom for about 5 minutes before I was good to go back to my room.
I didn't pass out. I think I might have come close at one point on the final stretch, but I was real lightheaded afterwards, and I definitely felt like I had pulled something.
Oh man, the sweat, and I didn't pass out as a result of it. I had to lay down on the ground, and I kind of just almost fell asleep before I was ready to go back to bed.
It's just like the exhaustion kicks in.
The cold tile.
That was an ordeal.
Amazing. The cold motherfucking tile felt amazing.
Oh
yeah, I've been there, just laying on the bath, especially after you've gotten done puking your guts up and you just lay on the floor for a bit. It's just like,
Yeah, that's usually how I experienced it. This came out the other end.
Mm-hmm.
And it was not... Yeah. It was not liquid in nature. It was actually rather solid.
Well, that was the thing. Like, it was so hard. It was taking so long. It's just like, fuck, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get this thing out.
Yeah, I've been cooking.
But I almost fell off after it finally went. It's just like, oh god.
Man, if I could experience that again, I don't know if I would or not.
No, I definitely don't want to go through that again. That's probably the most uncomfortable experience I've had in a bathroom in a long time.
It was horrible, but to be fair, I felt fucking amazing afterwards.
That's the problem. I didn't feel amazing afterwards. I felt lightheaded and like I had fucking fucked up my gut. Like it literally. I was afraid I had herniated something.
Like Yeah, Larry's got it. Like Randy said in South Park. Hot, 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 hot. By the way, that's an episode of South Park where he takes the biggest shit in the world.
He just like he goes up at like a fucking barber pole, just like ooh.
Yeah, that one. Hot, 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 hot.
We're not talking about Mr. Hanky.
And we're also not talking about Bono.
We also went 10 minutes past our cutoff.
Well, the wife's not home yet, so I'm safe. But should probably be home here in the next few minutes, so I better go.
Yeah, we probably should start wrapping.
Okay.
This is a good show, though. This is a great way to start the year.
Yeah.
Yeah. First show of the year.
Make Hippos American. If we're gonna accept any immigrants, it's gonna be Hippos.
Yeah, I'll sign them fucking visas.
Yeah.
And I won't care if they expire.
Just do it a trial run. Just have them in the South for a little bit.
Roman free.
Yeah. Let them.
And
let
then-
the South figure out what to do with them.
Then,
Then
once we get
release
them all
in the Mississippi
established.
to deal with some bull sharks.
So, like, once we get them established and, they're all comfortable and they like it here, then
once
we
the
can
South
start
figures out how to cook 'em.
domesticating. Then
And
we
then,
can have our hippo ranches.
Yes. Hippo ranches in the U.S. Yeah.
Because ranches are dying out, guys. I don't know if you know about that, but it's a hard time to be a rancher these days.
Yeah.
People are tired of beef and chicken. That's why they're going vegan. That's why we need hippo. We need a new meat in the source.
We need the other vaguely red meat.
It's barbecue meat. Hands down, we need to keep it
Yeah,
around.
we read the description. It is primed for it. We know what we must do.
Where's the hippo?
Where is the hippo? And with that, we've been your Lesser Saints of Discord. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. We'll see you next week. Same time, same place.
Later, everybody.
Follow me on Twitter for updates. In case.
Bye, y'all.
Happens.